Good morning, everyone. Today I'll be talking about our project, which is the Digital Energy Estimation Tool. It is a bit of a prototype that we've developed, and just to give you an idea, my background is in energy and information modeling and architecture. And what I will talk about today is the need for a tool that's BIM integrated, that not only allows operational energy, which has been done for decades, being modeled through a digital platform, but actually looking at the embodied energy and the materials, which are things in the walls, the foundations, the roofs, and so on of buildings. I feel I'm a bit like on countdown, so it's right. So why should we care about this? 40% of our energy is actually used in keeping buildings warm and space heating. This is a slide from the 1960s, and it's an advert by an oil company, and it says, we can generate so much energy that we can melt an entire iceberg. In today's world, this becomes unimaginable. You know, we're actually trying to analyze various aspects in detail. As you can see, we faced a few challenges, and we worked with a lot of stakeholders. Looking at a building at a component level isn't easy, and trying to actually identify what bits to analyze has been quite challenging. Do you analyze the superstructure, or do you analyze, the finishing? So we had to really draw specific boundaries. We were quite fortunate, and we had a lot of local developers who are very, very keen. And as you can see, this is an example of one of the projects that was happy to supply plans for their development based in the northeast of England. So we had two domestic projects and one kind of residential projects. What we had to do was really use parametric modeling, but first of all, we had to create these projects in a BIM domain. So we used a variety of authoring tools, and we had to transform the communication of energy. That was the main output from a kind of a BIM-based technical world to a kind of virtual reality world. As you can see, this figure here, the illustration here in terms of heating and cooling, this is much more representative than sort of normal analytical representation of energy. So that's really what the focus of this is, to actually try and show people how energy impacts their lives, or try and show architects how important it is to communicate energy. This is a very useful graph. Shows kilowatts consumption for appliances, lights, and others. And this is the stuff I used to do. But in reality, people don't really care what a kilowatt is. I mean, they do care, but it's hard to act upon that. This is another example of an award-winning building. But what we tried to do is to actually communicate this information from the graph into what you can see here. So if you have some time, we'll have a very good demonstration downstairs. Please come and see myself or Ming, my colleague. We have a virtual reality demonstration to show you how you can actually walk around a house, and you can investigate the early prototype that we're developing, which can offer a material substitution. It can tell you what operational energy is. So traditionally, conventional methods have relied on extracting kind of building components manually. And what we tried to do was to add parametric design features. So we look at a dynamic model, we look at a material database, and we tried to script that within a kind of a BIM virtual reality domain. That's really the unique selling point. And as you can see, what you can see here is the script, which you can't read, and it's very, very complicated, but this is an illustration of energy intensity based on the components. And when you can use this as a way of visualizing energy use, it becomes much more important to an audience to look at it in a virtual reality. So we're looking to work with people in terms of infrastructure projects, roads, large developers who are interested in this. And we tried to sort of roll this out by engaging with a variety of stakeholders here. We're working with some school children, our NU STEM team. And if you'd like any further information, please come and see me downstairs, or this is my email. Thank you.